in so they can
Mundo
really
could get
approach
behind
this.
us. Greg, oh my God!
That's game. Alternate upsets, I'd have to say. CLG 2-0.
So the ultimate's coming in. He does! He grabs the Baron. Evil Geniuses, he came from Europe, welcome to NA, and they're getting well and truly sweep their way into the LCS.
It's a really good feeling to have a chance to get revenge.
And there's also the NA versus EU rivalry that we have to settle.
Some Americans think that their region is better than Europe, and that's wrong.
This is important for Europe overall, because I think that Europe should be better than NA.
You know, we've been really confident and sure of ourselves and know exactly what to do precisely.
We're really confident we're gonna win this. When you're in front of like hundreds of people and you have to focus in a high pressure scenario, like some people might not be ready for that.
They were in front of an audience for like a year now and they still got to the bottom 3, so is that an advantage for them?
Coast picked us. I guess they don't want the LCS spot anymore, so we're gonna take it.
Everybody dies. Coast just needs a little help.
And welcome to Day 2 of the North American LCS Spring Promotion Tournament. We're coming to you live from Los Angeles in front of this incredible audience at our new LCS studio. I'm Eve, your show supporter, hanging out at the analyst desk with none other than David Freak Turley.
And thanks for welcoming me again. It's awesome to be here. You've been doing an awesome job here in the States. Happy to have you as always. We've got more games coming up today. It's going to be great. And yeah, so speaking of that incredible game set, first up is the Battle of the Atlantic. It's ManCloud and XDG taking on Alex Ich and Gambit Gaming. Then, the second series of our day is going to be the Spring Promotion Tournament, where Team Coast tries to re-qualify for the LCS when they face off against the Walking Zed.
Yeah, but before we get to today's games, I want to get your thoughts on, of course, yesterday's match, starting with the Battle of the Atlantic and CLG getting straight up 2-0'd by Alternate.
So there's two main stories there. First of all, it's Kerp coming in to the mid lane. He was a top laner for Alternate last split, and he did amazingly. He won his lane both times, so props to Kerp. Second is the 2v2 lane of CLG. They pride themselves on that, and talking to Double F yesterday, he said that Creaton and Jayri is the best 2v2 he's ever faced in Europe. So props, I should say, to Creaton and Jayri.
Yeah, absolutely. Very good job there by CLG, but by Alternate. CLG's got some stuff to think about going into the new season. But after the Battle of the Atlantic, EG made their North American debut with a 3-0 sweep over a determined gaming squad that looked a little out of place.
Yeah, so the experience here really, I think, is the main thing that helped EG out here. The players who were there played out of their minds. Snoopy played the best I've ever seen him. Pobother was consistent, which is something that had been plaguing him for a while, whereas the tournament looked a little bit weaker there. And overall, it was EG able to make plays both individually and as a team that really brought them that 3-0.
Yeah, fantastic performance by EG. And now for more on today's matchups, let's send it over to Riv and Kobe at the caster desk.
Thank you very much, Shocks. I am Rivington Bizen III, along Sam, Kobe, Hartman, Kensler.
All right, thanks, Riv. It's been a while. But
it has actually been quite some time. I'm excited to get these matches underway, especially at Battle of the Atlantic, because there's much more to come. Coming up today, we're bringing you the fourth bout in that Battle of the Atlantic. It's North America's XDG versus Europe's Gambit Gaming.
After that, it's the second North American Promotion Series with Team Coast versus the Walking Zed. With 6 teams locked in already, both of these squads will be on the hunt to take the 7th berth and secure a place in Season 4.
Yep, and while the Promotion Tournament Series is pretty straightforward, you win and you're in the LCS, the Battle of the Atlantic is a little more complicated, but don't worry, we're here to break it down for you right now. Last weekend in Cologne, Germany, the first 2 bouts in the series took place with Europe's Team Alliance taking out Dignitas, and that was the 4th place team battle, followed by Team Solo Mid getting some revenge for North America when they muzzled the Lemon Dogs in 2 straight games.
And then yesterday, here in Los Angeles, we had Team Alternate delivering a decisive 2-0 victory for the EU LCS. The EU and NA are now tied up at 2 points each, heading into today's showdown between XDG and Gambit Gaming.
But even though we're tied at points, Kobe, the European team is ahead by 1 win, so we got to make everything all even here. An XDG victory would tie the region in matches, so that would be a plus for both sides and a little bit of momentum that you know Vulcan loves to have.
I heard a lot of ex-Vulcan, now XDG fans in the crowd, so...
All right, before the shots are fired in the Battle of the Atlantic, if you haven't already, head over to lolesports.com and vote for which teams you think will win this weekend's promotion tournament. If you have, good job.
All right, just click on the schedule in the top right. Give us a thumbs up to the squad that you think is going to be playing in the LCS this spring.
Then head on over to Twitter and let us know which LCS Pros play has influenced your own game the most during the Battle of the Atlantic and why.
We're still at LOL Esports, and be sure to use that hashtag LCS. We're reading our favorite tweets later today.
Only the favorite ones. So we're going to send it over to Shocks at the analyst desk with Freak, who is joined by one of the participants of yesterday's Battle of the Atlantic.
Thank you very much, Rivington. Yeah, I'd like to welcome you, Double F, to the desk. It was kind of your home away from home during Worlds. Welcome.
Yep, it's nice to be back. Like, really just an honor to be on the analyst desk.
And we're very happy to have you. But, of course, we're going to start out by letting you maybe react to yesterday's performance versus Alternate, as the community was quite outspoken about that.
Yeah, so it was really disappointing for us way more than, I know we are disappointing our fans a lot with just our really horrible performance. We do not play like that normally right now. Like, I don't know why, but like we just choked in LAN, which is a recurring trend with CLG, I guess. And like when we choke and you get on tilt and like the pressure's on and you know you're gonna lose this game, then you just kind of revert back to your old tendencies, which it's just hard to break like really old 2-3-year-old habits. And that's like the CLG habits that we have to just like throw the game and just do really dumb stuff. But honestly, I thought we played really well the first game, and people just made mistakes like here and there. But I thought the first game was the most entertaining match of the entire like day. And then the second game, because like I don't know, just the first game when you lose, it just snowballs into the second game, and you can't think straight, and you just make like really horrible decisions, and that's just what happened. Honestly, I was not expecting Jerry and Creatine to be as good as they were, and I don't think Link expected Kerp to be that good. Like Link said, Kerp's probably one of the best mid laners he's ever played against, and Link's played against a lot of mid laners.
Oh, a lot of compliments there for Alternate, of course. So you guys got a lot to work on when you enter the new season. But now I want to focus on today's matchup. The first matchup today in the Battle of Atlantic is going to be XEG as they take on Gambit. Let us maybe start by talking about the team that we have seen some things from just recently at IEM Cologne Gambit, where they won and looked incredibly strong.
Yeah, so Gambit definitely looks really good. Edward came back. It seems that they've hashed out all the issues that had him leaving over for Curse for a split, and these guys look incredible. They're the favorites. I expected to win the fan vote as well. I expected to win the expert vote. These guys are just very good. They fire on all cylinders, and they're just a very strong powerhouse team.
Yeah, I really expect Gambit to take this because their mid lane is playing so good. Like Alexich is making insane plays, and now that like Edward and Genji are back together, Genji's playing so much better than he played at Worlds because the support is so much better. And then like they have this amazing support back. Like Edward's playing way better than he was with Cop. So like the synergy is just kind of like back together, and you're seeing like old Gambit dominance.
What do you think will be a kind of a lane matchup that we really have to watch? I think that will go very much in favor of one team or the other.
Bot lane for sure. When I like scrim against Zuna and Blood, they're good, but I think Genja and Edward should have like no problem just beating them straight up in lane.
Oh, man. The one matchup I'm actually really interested in, I think, is the jungle matchup. So when I think back to how much Smithy improved throughout the end of Season 3, it was him doing a lot of studying of other junglers and adapting their styles and then kind of getting into the swing of things for the new season. Here with the new season coming up, there's really only been a couple of regions playing on the 2014 sort of set of patches, and I'm wondering if Smithy can keep up, whereas Diamond's an innovator. Right? If anyone's going to be ahead of the curve as far as 2014 jungle strats, it's Diamond.
Double F, I know you said at Worlds that Xmithy was better than Dandy. Do you think he's better than Diamond?
I said he might be better than Dandy, okay? That's out of context.
I think you called him Smithy Light.
Yeah, no, I called him Dandy Light. Yeah.
Okay.
So, I don't know. Like, it's hard to say because even though Diamond's always been an innovator, Smithy's like been improving at such like a steady rate. Like since he started, he was terrible at the very beginning, and then he's ended the split like being one of the best junglers in NA. And you don't know like where he ended up now. So I think it just depends on how much work Smithy put in. Because while he's not really been an innovator, Smithy's just always been like really good. Like you don't really need to innovate when you're just that good at jungling. So we'll have to see like how much have they been practicing.
All right, well, thank you guys. We'll, of course, be seeing you guys all day as we talk about the matches. Looking forward to that. For now, we got to take a quick break, but when we return, ManCloud and XCG take on Alexish and Gambit Gaming in the Battle of the Atlantic. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back after this.